My heart is so heavy right now. First of all, it's like 5 in the morning. Okay? So, I'm just. First of all, let me just explain something. Like, we just gotta get out of denial. Black lives don't matter. They never will, not here in America. Yesterday, I did not feel well at all. And a friend of mine, very dear to my heart, mom's birthday was yesterday. And thank God I woke up around 8:30 or whenever I did to visit and show some respect. But I was so sick yesterday. I still feel sick. But I was so sick, just a wreck all day. And I slept until about 2:30 this morning. And when I woke up, I don't even know why I grabbed my phone first, but the first things I see is like a man being hung in California, Robert Fuller, and then Rashard Brooks being shot by officers in Atlanta and killed. So I'm just very, very, very disturbed and disgusted like everyone else. To the protesters, you have to be careful out there. This is America. No colored individual is exempt. Not me, not you, not our little sons or our little daughters, not our grandfathers or our fathers. No colored person is exempt in America. My heart breaks for the families because right at the time of George Floyd, like the world went up, right? And then we found some type of medium because they charged the officers with his death. But in the same week or following week, you kill two more unarmed black men in America. I am so cried out. I am so frustrated. I am so disgusted. It just makes me wonder for the future of my son. I am compelled this morning to change my life and be and do something more and better. I couldn't imagine this day and age. My son is 4 now. I couldn't imagine him being 14. And from 4 to 14, keep reminding him of what he should do if he's approached or followed by officers. I couldn't imagine my whole life me teaching him to cooperate and follow what they say. And even if you do, doesn't mean you get to come home to me if you comply and follow their instructions and proceedings of what it is that they didn't apprehended you for or approached you for. From 4 to 14, telling the same story, the same story, the same story until the day that it happens. I don't think so. So I'll be leaving the States like next year. I'm going to do some traveling just to see where I really want to be for sure. My heart keeps pulling me to Africa. I will be by the time that I'm 30. I couldn't imagine bringing my son up into a system that's already systematically oppressing you and made to imprisonate you. The genocide of black people and indigenous people in America is absolutely positively horrifying. It's like very disturbing. To Rashard Brooks, I seen clips and pieces of your video. How brave you were to snatch those tasers out of those officers' hands. How brave you were to snatch the tasers out of your skin after they've shot you multiple times with them. Still have the ability to fight and run. You're truly one of God's warriors. You see, Black lives don't matter, especially in America. You know, we're the real Jews, but we're truly God's jewels. Every Israelite is God's jewels, God's precious, God's chosen. That's why we're so gifted and talented at every sport you can name in the world. That's why we have the greatest singers, the best athletes, the smartest engineers, the greatest doctors. These are all God-given gifts. And why do you think everybody likes picking up on our jargon, our fashion, our hair? We are the chosen ones. So you better believe it's gonna get ugly before it gets pretty. See, with the George Floyd, that was like the final straw. There won't be peace. There won't be justice. Black lives would never matter. And we just have to get out of denial. To the protesters again, you're all so brave. But you better be careful. I feel so sorry every day for everybody here in America. We got to keep waking up to the same thing, right? Seeing another black man die by the hands of law enforcement. If you aren't compelled to change your life after this, then you're not human. You see what's going on right now in the world? And I hate dabbling into anything that is spiritual, but it's a spiritual warfare. There's good, and those are people for God, or Allah, Abba, Jehovah, whatever you call them, the Most High. That's good. Then you have bad, and that's the devil. Those are our enemies and entities that are taking over. They have man-made machines called CERNs underground here in California, in America, just to like pollute portals and open portals to hell. I know it sounds far out, but you got to do your research. Okay? If all of these deaths of these black people happening so spontaneously back to back like this, does it make you see and believe that we're truly God's chosen? Then you have a lot of soul searching to do. And maybe every day until I die, I want to post affirmations, positive affirmations for life. Just to make it out of bed each morning, thanking God, just being alive for another day, making it through. I am extremely sad. Like, I know I'm not crying, but I'm so sad. The thoughts. I think of imagining staying in the States for 4 more years. My son would be 8 then. Then his encounters at 8 with officers. No, I can't. I can't. I refuse to. There's a spiritual warfare going on, and you have to choose which side you truly want to play a part on in God's kingdom and in your kingdom too. You see, there's one or two things that's going to happen once it's all said and done. For certain, there will be ashes to ashes and dust to dust. And that's for the physical form. But when your body's 6 feet under, or maybe 3 inches into a wall, your soul is going to exalt and catapult straight up. Then every tongue will confess and every knee will bendeth. And at that point, your soul is either gonna flourish in heaven or perish in hell. The commencement has already shifted. Don't you feel it? Can't you see it? Every day we watch TV. Every day we hear news media outlets. Don't you feel it in the atmosphere? Just have to choose what side of the commencement that you want to be on. It's time. But you better believe that Black lives don't matter, and they never will.